Hi everybody, in your section B, whichever question you pick, you're going to have to answer a 20-mark question. This is true whether you're an F583 work and leisure student or an F584 transport economics student. Doesn't matter. In your section B, you've done your 15-marker, you now need to do your 20-marker. How do you do that? Well, first of all, what kind of question is it? It's always a discuss question which requires two-sided argument and a judgment at the end. Simple as that. Keeping it simple like that is going to help you a lot. It's going to be marked using levels. Level 1 for basic knowledge, Level 2 for application, Level 3 for depth of analysis, Level 4 for evaluation with a judgment. And it's important that you go through the levels. The way this essay is going to be marked is you can't score Level 3 unless you have Level 1 and Level 2 backing it up. You can't score Level 4 unless you have Level 1, Level 2 and Level 3 backing it up. So you've got to work through the levels. That's how this essay is going to be marked. Therefore you can't take anything for granted in these levels. Right, in terms of structure, this is what you need to follow. Definitions to start. Define all the key terms in the question, OCR approved definitions. Then straight into on the one hand analysis. Answer the question directly. You're looking to make 2 points here. If you're unsure about the kind of depth you need, watch my videos. I made a couple of videos about point, cause and consequence. Very important. By now you should be happy with that, but if you're not, go and watch those videos, because you need to be writing in depth, serious depth of analysis using the point, cause and consequence technique that I've covered in those videos. So you're looking for 2 points in depth, point, cause and consequence on the one hand, but make sure application is running through it. Alright, that's always available. Do you draw a diagram? Absolutely. If the diagram is helpful for you in answering the question, of course, put it in there. Make sure it's fully labelled though, you know what OCR are like, fully labelled. Make sure it's not missing anything, make sure it's accurate. But crucially, make sure you talk about it in your analysis. That's so important. The number of students that just plonk a diagram down and assume the examiners will just get it. Silly, silly assumption being made. A good thing in your head is to think of the examiner as a non-economist. Doesn't have a clue about economics. That's going to force you to write in serious detail and to explain your diagrams, specifically what's going on the two axes, your y-axis and your x-axis. That's important. OCR expect that, so if you do draw a diagram, bear that in mind. Great, as long as you use it well and talk about it. Once you've made 2 on the one hand points done in detail, you then need to go on the other hand. On the other hand, talk about some limitations to the theory. Talk about the other side of the argument, basically. And you're looking again at making 2 points. Those points need to be point, cause, consequence. Serious detail again, the same kind of technique as what you've done on the one hand. That is often not done well. People think, oh, I've done the on the one hand analysis, now I'm doing the on the other hand, I can take it easy here and not write in the same kind of detail. No! Terrible mistake. The same kind of detail required. Serious detail. Point, cause, consequence, with application, running through it. Again, if you've got diagrams you want to use to make your points more powerful, then use them, as long as they're fully labelled, as long as they're accurate, as long as you refer to them in detail in your writing. So that's it. That will get you to 16 marks. The rest of your marks are for judgment. So that is the bulk of your essay, that's it. But now your judgment comes in. And this judgment, 17, 18, 19, 20, those marks are reserved for your judgment. Now, you need to make sure you're doing 4 things in the judgment when it comes to your OCR 20 marker. If you're lacking in any one of these 4 things, you're not going to score 20 marks. You start by answering the question explicitly. Be very, very clear where you stand. No opinions. Don't say, I believe this, or my opinion is this. No. Based on the evidence, what is your judgment? So no opinions. No summaries. No conclusion. That's not what this is. This is a judgment. So you answer the question explicitly, yes or no, and you justify why you said that. That's why you need a bit of detail. What is the key argument at the heart of this debate? What are the key points you need to weigh up, which have led you to your judgment, either yes or no? But then crucially, just doing that will probably get you 18. Next, you need balance, and OCR like you to write some depends on points, realizing that nothing is ever certain or guaranteed in economics. Whatever judgment you said, whatever answer you've made, whether yes or no, is dependent on some key points. So writing some of those depends on points. I recommend writing 2 depends on points. Your judgment depends on these things happening. So make sure you write a couple of depends on points in a bit of detail to show balance in your judgment. And make sure throughout your judgment you're using examples and evidence. That's your own knowledge, your own reading to help you. Whether it's work and leisure related examples, whether it's transport examples, it's important that you use examples and evidence to back up everything you're saying, so that your judgment is not just something you've concocted in your head, it's something that you kind of worked out in your head, but you've also got real life evidence and examples to back up what you're saying. Then your judgment is nailed, then you can get 20 out of 20 and smash the judgment. So this is the structure. The best way to nail this is to practice. Practice, 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 whether it's writing full answers, whether it's structuring your essays and seeing how certain points are going to fit in this framework, and then go and look at the mark schemes. The mark schemes are really good at telling you where to focus and how to score those marks, especially focusing on this cause and consequence technique. Thank you very much, guys. Hopefully that is now good enough for you to nail your 20 marker. Good luck. You can smash it, go for it, do really well, make us all proud. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.